Hi Pisces, this is Kay. You're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your reading. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you for watching the video. So let's find out what Archangel Michael and Holy Spirit wants you to know today, Pisces. Cornerstone. Beautiful. Cornerstone. Isn't that a cute card? Yeah, cornerstone. So I'll read the meaning of it after I get out the rest of the cards, okay? Let's get a major arcana to go with cornerstone. So obviously you're a cornerstone for something that relies on your strength. Let's see. We have justice. I got my deck upside down. Yeah, I think. Well, I'm going with that. Justice. Okay, so justice, it says, but to those who are not honest or who approach him from curiosity, he is most terrible, and few have ever dared ask to see his face. Receive what you deserve, so be open to receiving what's clearly meant for you. Okay, let's get a clarification. Clarification, please, Archangel Michael, for justice as it relates to the cornerstone card. Okay, and we got the Two of Wands being at a crossroads. Okay, yeah. Being at a crossroads, so receive what you deserve. Be ready to make a decision of which path to take, because one path is going to take you to what it is that you deserve, and the other path is going to take you to whatever it is your fate. Like, in other words, abundance or dharma, abundance, dharma, or fate, karmic. Karma is what we owe, lessons to be learned. And dharma is you have, and so you have built up, you know, not having to live an experience just to learn a lesson. It's about actually having the experience of the results of paying off your karmic debt. So, you know, the good stuff that it's having, you know, you have, let's say, worked really, really hard and your boss gave you a bonus. That kind of thing. Then we have the box. Number 1050. I don't know. Is that 64? I'm not sure. The Roman numbers. I do try. Okay, so I will look at that. The box as well. It's a box within a box within a box within a box. All right. Cornerstone. Interesting, because cornerstone, that's like, you know, something that is got a 90-degree angle corner on it. Yeah, much like a box. All right, let's look at cornerstone first. Cornerstone. At the western corner of the cottage, next to a small green door, lies Madrigas, the foundation stone of the cottage. So his name is Madrigas. The very first stone to be laid, the rest of this magical place growing from him, stone by stone, beam by beam, tile by tile. I always make sure to show visitors the stone, which can be quite challenging if he's in a mood for a particular reason. Oh, so he has mood changes, this guy. However, by and large, he's quite placid, mellowed by time, aged by the years, his one good eye still peering over the small garden beyond. For me, Madrigas is a constant reminder of the importance of cornerstones in any aspect of my life, friendships, beliefs, occasions, and purposes. Each requires a cornerstone at one level or another, the beginnings of something to build from, a magical link between the foundation and all that grows and changes from it over time. During his lifetime, Madrigas has seen many such changes to his crumb-lush cottage. New walls have been built, doors and windows replaced, many magical hairs, such as myself, have come and gone, and garden has grown up around him, and yet he alone has remained the link between foundations below and all he supports above, a vital cornerstone in all our lives. The wisdom of my ancestors bright in his one eye. And yet, despite all he has seen, all he has known, the one question he's most asked by visitors is, isn't it tiring holding up the cottage all the time? Now, as I mentioned before, Madrigas can get a little moody at times, and asking him this question is probably the quickest way to set him off, as it is quite clodabust and needs no real answer. I don't know what clodabust means. He is a rock and has done this for hundreds of years without ever once complaining. The better question is this: how do I find the cornerstone within myself? At which point he will answer thus: at times when you feel glopped or down, look at what connects you to the foundations of the ancestral wisdom that supports you. Listen to the guidance, for that is your anchor, your cornerstone, and the beginnings of the home you will become to those around you. It is advice he first gave me many years ago, and one of the first times I ever really listened with both my long ears and my hare's heart. Find your cornerstone and celebrate the essence of who you are, for this is the foundation stone to build on. So, they're clearly talking about the essence, spiritual essence as being your cornerstone, the very thing that supports you and helps you build a life of what it is that you truly want to experience in your life. Happiness, abundance, prosperity, good health, relationships like happy, harmonious relationships, benefit of a great job and community support, that kind of thing. So your spirit helps you with that if we but allow our spirit to do that with us. So let's have a look here for the box. Takes me but a bit to find it. You're getting close, I think. Oh. That should have been it, but that's not it. I need an owl. I need an owl. Where's the owl? Here's the owls. Okay. Here we are. Okay, finally got it. Okay. So when it's in the upright, right? Structure, order, coherence, and logic. When it's in the reverse, it's limitation, rigidity, judgment, and fear. So it says here, moving outside of the box is exhilarating. That's, you're traveling a journey when you start becoming an outside of the box thinker. Being more abstract. Abstract is like considering what we don't see, because what we see is clear, easy enough to say it exists. It exists and it has this kind of power or effect. The unseen is the abstract. So when we it's like the unseen can become any form that you manifest, desire it to be, or not. So moving outside of the box is exhilarating and expansive. So you're actually including now the outside of the box kind of reality. I put in quotation marks reality, because you are now becoming a master manifester when you're thinking outside the box, because you're moving more towards your spirit, which is that internal power that we all have that can become, well, it is our cornerstone, but if we don't acknowledge it to be so, then it really doesn't have much effect. It'll have a little bit of persuasion in your life by, whispering. It's constantly whispering to us. Our souls are constantly whispering to us, but we have to be quiet enough to be able to hear it. And through intuition, some people have a lot stronger intuition than others, and you will, if you do happen to have strong intuition, you will get like these, I just know I need to do this, and nudges and inspiration, feeling inspired to do something, but you can't really explain why. Yeah, and so it is about getting in touch with the very essence of who we are, which is that unseen, I can't say form, but unseen existence that really makes miracles happen. really helps us attract the very things, like I said, the health, happiness, abundance, prosperity, relationships, harmony, success, and all that sort of stuff. It is the unseen essence of who we are that actually, if we allow ourselves to build our lives on that, like acknowledging it and paying attention to it and actually interacting with it, engaging with it purposefully every day, getting in touch with it through like hermit time, right? That's when you're going to start feeling truly powerful, like truly, truly powerful. And that's, you know, you build your life on that as opposed to building your life on what you can physically make happen or acquire, because those things can go. They can, you can lose them in a heartbeat. You're just going to have so much more of an expansive and exhilarating life with the essence of who you really are as your cornerstone. Now, I sometimes liken it to the ego is at the helm, or your soul is at the helm of your life. You know, if you were on a ship and you had the big wheel, right? That who's driving your boat? Is it the ego? No, you're going to be going against the waves, and it's going to be bloop, bloop, bloop like this. You might even capsize at times. But if you're with the spirit, they know how to navigate. And in fact, if you allow your spirit to be at the helm, in fact, those swells are going to just flatten out for you. It's like the spirit rolls out the red carpet for you to walk on, nothing to trip you up, and it feels really nice under your bare feet. So here we have moving outside of the box is exhilarating and expansive, but destabilizing others will wonder what you are doing and why you will too. This is part of the process. So other people are going to wonder what's up with you when you start thinking outside the box. They're going to want to know, what did you eat? What was in your shreddies, you know, this morning? What the heck's going on with you? Why are you suddenly looking at things differently than you were before? So the box is a cage. It's the rules and it's the norm. We all live to some degree within the confines of the box, because, you know, everybody needs routines and structure to some degree, right? So it's healthy because we're also, you know, it's a human life, physical life. This archetype represents everything that is known, anticipated, and expected. It holds us in place while simultaneously holding us back from our greatest visions. The box is sneaky, insidious, and everywhere, limiting us at the most unconscious levels. It is built of layer upon layer of social constructs and pressures. Breaking through its confines requires awareness, continued effort, and bravery, courage. The box may appear as expectations from parents, a well-paying but heartless job, the pressure to look or behave like others, or simply to stay small and limited. There is a box around you now, made of some type of confining thought. So it's our mental aura. We have an aura, spiritual aura, which is like it's just like it's limitless, right? Then there's the mental energy bubble inside our aura bubble, and then the emotional body, and then the physical body, like that. So aura, mental, emotional, and physical. Kind of looks like that, but without the corners. So here we go. It says, the box may appear as excitation. I read that. What is it? What is the box? The box shifts and morphs as we grow. This is part of its multi-layered nature. Once you break through one layer, another will present itself to you, trying to keep you back, you know, with other people's expectations and even your own limiting ideas. So keep going, it says. Break through. An exquisite life requires it. And I've already talked about that. Okay, so we don't want to be inside the box, but it's challenging to be an outside the box person, because you start to find that people don't understand you, and even though you understand them, because you've been there, done it, right? You've been inside the box for however long. You understand why they do and what they do and all this sort of stuff, but they won't understand you because you've gone that extra one step, right? And that's bewildering to them, and it can scare them, and the next thing you know, they kind of basically remove themselves from your life. Some may, if the real friends wouldn't. Okay, so we got the Page of Cups here. The Two of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Phew-wee. Seven of Cups. Oh, we got the Ace of Cups in reverse. What the heck? Ace of Cups is in reverse. And then the Knight of Wands. I see. Okay. Ha. Four of Wands. Two of Wands, which is that one. So we got, that's big energy here. The Emperor energy. And then we're looking at near future, King of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Knight of Cups, beautiful, and Knight of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, lovely, 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 Pisces. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So check in with your, what is it that makes you feel secure, safe? Love, of course, right? But you got to be able to have faith in love and trust it. Do you have faith and love in it? Okay, so it looks like you are on this really great journey of love, a big love, a great love. You had been given an offer. Someone offered their cup to you in love, and you felt you were in love with each other, fell in love with each other, and you started a new page together, feeling very prosperous and abundant, because new love, and just being in love, having someone makes you feel like you've got the world by the tail, right? Tiger by the tail, yeah. But then somebody had some options. Somebody had some options. Somebody came into the picture, and it threw your Ace of Cups time with your person upside down. So the cup is being emptied out now. You've emptied your cup. You're emptying your cup out because your person was not as committed and not as responsible as is either. Maybe they never really seemed like that to you. Maybe you just maybe they were a bit flighty and irresponsible and didn't come across as committed to the love relationship as you were, and you might have just thought, well, they're just young, they need time to grow into this, and that would have been a red flag, of course, right? That we, because we're in love, we choose to overlook because we want to give our person the benefit of the doubt. We all do it, so no crime there. But it's time. The divine is saying this was all a karmic lesson for you right here. It's time for you to make a move. And the first thing you're going to do in order for you to have these kind of relationships, the Ten of Cups as your outcome, Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, this is steadfast, committed. This is this energy here. King of Pentacles, you're the Queen of Pentacles. You're going to have, or you are the King of Pentacles, and your person's the Queen of Pentacles. You decide which one it is. But either way, it's a Ten of Cups energy between the two of you. And this Knight of Cups energy is like this person truly adores you, digs you, and wants to be with you, and is totally committed to you because it's a King or a Queen of Pentacles energy, and you'll be totally committed to them. Pentacles energy is commitment. And then with the Knight of Pentacles, is this the Knight of Pentacles? This person moves slow, but they make headway, even though they move slow. They make effective headway moving. In other words, they're going to come across to you that they're not rushing into giving you a ring or asking you to marry, but they're making headways in the way that they're assuring you that I am committed to this journey with you. I'm committed. I'm here for the long haul, and I'm going to succeed, or we're going to succeed together. We're going to cross the finish line, which could very well be not that getting married is the finish, but it could be like that milestone. Not a cornerstone, but milestone. Their energy is a cornerstone energy. Just being a committed person, because there's obviously somebody that did not turn out to be a committed person in your life. This person you may have been married to, okay? And in other words, it was the type of, you were in a serious relationship, living together at the very minimum, living together. Then you had to step out. Now this is stepping out, outside the box. You're being asked, are you going to stay in this energy with this person, or are you going to grow and expand? Allow yourself to think differently. And what did this one say? It says it's time to, let's see, justice. But to those who are not honest, or who approach him from curiosity, he is most terrible, and few have ever dared ask to see his face. Receive what you deserve. So it's time for you to be honest with what it is that you truly want in your life. Do you want to stay in a relationship with somebody who is, basically possibly playing the field because they brought other people into the picture with you? Your cup is poured out. Your heart is broken, right? And it was supposed to be a longevity kind of thing with the Four of Wands. You may have even seen them as being a twin flame connection. You may have. But now you're being asked to seek balance with justice. Turn to your cornerstone spirit and ask for guidance with respect to what you should do if you haven't already. Which way should I go? This has been a great disappointment to you, and I'm so sorry for that. But you have options. You can go, because look what's coming. The Emperor is coming. This person who is like everything that you could ever want in a person as a romantic partner. Everything you could ever want. This is your justice from the pain, the karma that you experienced here and paid off because of the pain. Through our pain, our hardships and challenges, we pay off karmic debt that we have accumulated either before this relationship, during this relationship, or past life relationship that you are now living, going through the motion with this person, but in a different lifetime. Paying off that karmic debt, seeking like neutralization, like balance with karma, that you are now moving in an energy of, I am not going to be boxed, I'm not going to allow myself to be boxed in to thinking of I'm not good enough, or that I deserve this, because this says receive what you deserve. This is not what you deserve. You don't deserve this energy from your person, your Two of Cups person. You deserve this, okay? But you needed to pay off some karmic debt first, and now you're on the Dharma spin of the Wheel of Fortune. You're on the Dharmic spin. You're accumulating Dharma, which is blessings, good fortune, prosperity, and all that good stuff. So Emperor comes along into your life. That's the path. It's either stay in the box, because the thing is, a lot of people go through these challenges and hardships, Pisces, but they don't learn from it, and then they end up they leave the relationship, or it leaves them, whatever. They leave the relationship and they're stuck in resentment energy, right? pain, through the pain, the heartache, the pain, feeling like you've been taken advantage of or whatever, manipulated, done wrong by, whatever. They stay in the resentment energy. By staying in that resentment energy, we continue to stay inside the box, limiting us from having our justice. So if you are not in that energy after pouring your cup out, your Ace of Cups, pouring your cup out from this relationship, if you're not wanting to remain in that kind of energy, or you are actually moving out of that energy, you're becoming a thinking outside the box person, which means you're going to choose to not be in this energy inside the box, which opens you up to a field, a magnetic field of attracting someone who has also been doing the work on themselves as you are now. Yeah, so they come along as a King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, or you are the King of Pentacles. Well, let's go with this as being the King of Pentacles comes along. You meet them, or you've already known them, and so you're starting to pay attention to them now because you're available, right? And you move into a Ten of Cups energy relationship with them. That doesn't necessarily mean you're married, but you might have kids and are blending of kind of a family together when maybe you're moving in with each other. But they adore you, like I said already, and they're going to be moving slow, but they're going to be moving steadfast. That you can rely on them. They're reliable, they're committed, they're dedicated. And they're going to make you their Queen of Pentacles, a perfect match. So if by chance you thought that this one was a twin flame relationship connection, this one would be more like it, because you're a perfect match for each other. It doesn't say whether your person here was like a King or Queen of Cups, King or Queen of Pentacles, or whatever. Well, it wouldn't say Pentacles because these cards are here, but still. Anyways, this is what you've got, is that you've got some really great energy here, Pisces. Is that, I don't know if you're going through this right now, this, turning your cup upside down, trying to leave this heartache relationship behind, or you still have to go through that. But justice is prevailing for you as long as you allow yourself to open up to your mind and look towards your cornerstone. You're the essence of who you truly are, that supports you and has always supported you, actually, through time and space. I mean, lifetime after lifetime, your soul is always there. It's always been the cornerstone. The spirit within you, the God within you, has always been your cornerstone. And like I said, when we look to the unseen, then we are actually acknowledging that power, and then the power is able to come into your life even more and more and more as you allow it, paying attention to it, giving it your life, basically saying, hey, why don't you take the wheel and drive, the ship. Why don't you be at the helm of my life now? Because I clearly have not, I've clearly have had to live some hardships in order to erase some karma, and I don't want to go back there again by building up more karma, because I haven't learned to let go of resentment and unforgiveness. So you have to be an outside the box thinker. And the inside the box thinkers, they hold on to their resentment, their pain. They wear it like an award. They wear it like, what you call the medal. They wear it like a medal on their shoulder, their chest. And they say, I'll never forgive that person. I'll never forgive this, that, and the other thing. That's keeping you limited and inside the box. And when we're limited thinking like that, then our resources for just to make our lives a nice, comfortable, beautiful, happy life we're limited as well. The more you expand your mind, the more your resources get bigger and bigger, more and more. So I hope this was helpful. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.